with a season training camp review, second day and pass. As the room fill up, be sure to smash. And I mean just that smash the like button. We're going to talk about a few things that happened today in practice and beyond. Second day in practice with pass. This defense. Oh my goodness. We're going to talk about this defense too. Cons and pros from the practice field. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me know if the audio's straight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of this. All right, my name is Law Nation, and we talk Cowboys football and beyond. And on top of that, Cowboy Nation, hey, today in practice, it was one of those things where it was a lot of competition. When we start talking about competition in general, we want to see the pureness of competition. We want to see the iron sharpen iron, the steel sharpen steel. And we've seen guys by the name of Jalen Brooks make his name be known out there. And we've seen in the herd of guys like, dare I say, the Jalen Tolbert stepping up and being better than what he was last season. Devontae Turpin, I think the world of him coming out, and he was a little slow start because he had a newborn, right? But so far, he's been looking like shoo, the fastest thing out there. And then the shortest thing out there, Deuce Vaughn. He's not pulling back no punches. He's catching the ball in the flats. He's running through a lot of stuff. And I love seeing it from those boys and elevating their game. And Dak Prescott looked sharp today. He hit all of the targets that was necessary, right? And then we look at the aspect of seeing Trayvon Diggs coming back from his, recovery of his toe, even though he was slowly moved into this thing. We like seeing that Cowboy Nation. And I know you guys love seeing those small pieces with this team, and especially the aspect of being competitive, right? There are other people that's been looking at this and saying to themselves, man, the Cowboys can go far if they continue to stay healthy and these sorts of things. And shout out to Ronald Jones, he did pretty good today as well. So there's so many things that I can see from a positive aspect. CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lamb. I called him today CeeDee Go because he looked that phenomenal today out there in practice, and he did everything that we wanted to see as it relates to that. Yeah, Diggs was talking spicy on Dak Prescott. We love knowing that and seeing that, Cowboy Nation, and being able to see these things being captured. Shout out to John Machota for these clips right here, and you can check him out on Twitter, where all of these clips will be housed at on John Machota's Twitter page. And of course, Brandon Cook's been phenomenal. My guy Michael Gallup been phenomenal. The only person that we may have to say, hey, what's going on there is Kelvin Joseph. And let me know how y'all feel about Kelvin Joseph, by the way. This is an open show, so I want to know your thoughts on Kelvin Joseph, ladies and gentlemen. But this dude, Devontae Turpin, ooh, y'all see it, man. He's been creasing on his routes, and he's been one of those element of surprise guys. And let's talk about this guy right here, the tight end for your mind. And of course that's CD. Oh my goodness, man. CD just been CD. Jake Ferguson been nice out there in practice, as well as Peyton Hendershot. He had a hiccup, a drop ball earlier, but he made up for it with two other touchdowns. And Dak Prescott finding the soft area here for Brandon Cooks. It's just been phenomenal. This Cooks and Lamb and Gallup coming around. Shoot. The Cowboys are in the best spot in the best spaces for all of this. And as you guys can see, you can see Deuce Vaughn. He's not going down without a fight. When we look into those things and we say to ourselves, can this team get even better? Yeah, because this is only a piece of what this team can do. This is only a fraction of what this team can do. And by looking back at all of this, Dak Prescott using his legs a little bit more. I like seeing that, Cowboy Nation. And remember this, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. And that's what this team been doing. And you see Trayvon Diggs, he got able to get over there on the other end of that and block that ball and knock it out of the air. And this is my guy Eric Scott. He's been phenomenal too. So we got ball hawks, ladies and gentlemen. We got guys that's not afraid to compete and challenge each other. It's Jalen Tolbert versus my guy Trayvon Diggs. And look at him. He said that ball belongs to me when it's in the air. And Parsons, he will find anything to compete against. I believe even if we were to play tic tac toe, he would try to win in that. So you see Parsons doing his thing, and the D line coach, he's ready. He's phenomenal. Parsons been one of those guys that you can argue and say, "Hey, can you slow down a little bit? Can you keep the quarterback upright?" Because he literally had about 3 to 4 sacks today. That's how crazy it been for this defense. And of course, there's really no knocking down in practice. They just thudding each other up. And you can see that when Parsons beat his guy, he getting around and he can make the quarterback his baby. Let me say this again. He can make the quarterback his baby. Yes, indeed. Let's say he says, don't forget about Brooks' law. Yeah, both of the Brooks, Miles Brooks had a good breakup earlier, but this Jalen Brooks, he's been off the chain. And I'm really looking back at everything, and I'm telling y'all right now that the Cowboys are in a very good spot with their wide receiver group. They are in a very good spot with their defensive back group. They are in a very good spot with their, front five offense. Well, front four, I meant to say, not front five. That's the only reservation. The offensive line seems to me a little up and down, a lot of ups and downs in certain situations. Tyron Smith looked better in practice. Terrence still looked better than practice. But there are some weak areas within the confines of this team that make you scratch your head and you will say to yourself, come on, man. Come on, man. It will literally make you say that. Yes, indeed. And
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
but I would say this though, Dak threw darts today, and he was pretty much 12 for 13 inside the red zone or the touchdown goal line area. Only one stop, and we seen that one stop within the confines of the clip of Cavante Turpin being stopped by Trayvon Diggs. And I would tell you, who wouldn't take 12 for 13? Let me see y'all. Let me show up hands in the chat if you wouldn't take 12 for 13 inside. So he was being able to carve up this defense, and we were sitting back saying, "All right, hey, what's going on, defense?" But on the flip side, we saw the actual defense win over the offense sometimes. So it was like a yin and a yang type of thing. So it's better. Look, and what I also want to see here is the elevations, right? One practice being better than the other practice. First day in pads, people to me seems a little timid. The second day in pads, hey, they felt comfortable with it, right? I seen some of you guys was talking about Mozzie getting pushed back and these sorts of things. I think Mozzie held his ground. Keep in mind that these guys, I truly believe that they're not taking all the way to the ground. They are reserving some things. I saw a play that Jonathan Hankins, he made sure he told little man, hey, lucky this is practice. I think it was Malik Davis. He was like, shoot, look at this practice, not a game, practice, practice, So it's just what it is. You don't want nobody to get hurt off of foolishness. But when we look at things, man, let me know if the audio straight, Cowboy Nation. Let's listen to this, and this is from my guy's website here. So let's listen to it. Turpin when he right there. Dak. That boy's right on the money, man. Right on the money. Well, let's see it again. Sideline. Just nothing he can do about it. Nothing he can do about it. It's Kelvin Joseph. Nothing he can do about it. Good ball. Watch it again. Yeah, that short area quickness. When we talk about short area quickness, we talking about the release off the line. You can't jam them. You don't want to. You miss. You reach. He's teaching that type of stuff. Yeah, that's how he stepped down on the top of that route. Glenn couldn't do nothing with it unless he got inside help. Nothing he can do with it. That Turpin's something else, man. That was just nasty. Let's rewind this. Let's watch that one again. He was just nasty with it, yeah. Hey, you know it's nasty. You know it's nasty when he disappeared from the screen. Watch this, yeah. He let him disappear, man. David Bland can't do that. That boy just been unstoppable. Watch you do it again. Yeah. Yeah. Evade. Look for your man. Keep your feet moving. Nasty. Watch how you do it again. Let's watch it again. Notice the feet. That gotta always keep those feet moving when he's rolling out. Don't stop his feet. And then when he do, set him to throw it. Throw more with your legs than anything. I love that. CeeDee dope around that mug. Can't stop him, man. You gotta have roll coverage, man. Put that safety over the top of that brother. Put that safety over the top of him, man. This sack by Parsons. Watch Parsons. Parsons was a madman, and I don't blame him, though. I don't blame him. That's what Deuce can do. Deuce gonna do that for you. Watch Deuce. He's gonna do that for you. Slip it. Just slip out. That's Peyton Hendershot. So it's a little windy out there. Y'all can see it. This running back Dak. Mississippi State. Let's watch it again. Like a fullback coming through that thing. Watch how he hop over. That's the one play. That's the one play. Diggs can't watch where Diggs comes from to make this stop right here. Look at Diggs. Look where he come from. He closed down. That's what we call closing speed. Let's watch it again, man. Let's watch it again. What's this closing speed on it? Watch how he close in on Turk. Yeah! And then he play the ball right there. Let's watch it again, man. Come on, man.
Come on.
Let's watch again. That Diggs come across there. Yeah! Let's go that again. I love that. I can watch that play over and over again. That's Parsons almost taking Dak out. Watch Parsons. Get away from his legs, Parsons.
Hey, bro, come on now. Come on, man.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, man, that was phenomenal. Shout out to John Machota. Go check out his Twitter page. You can see all of those good clips that we just watched there. I'm gonna say this, man. Parsons is an animal. Devontae Turpin got short area quickness, got the speed, the burst, the acceleration. He's going to be that guy that can take the top off the defense. You still going to have to play respectful football, even if you have Brandon Cooks in the background too. And then let's not sleep on CeeDee Lamb. I do like what Jalen Tolbert is doing, and shout out to Jalen Brooks. It's been one of those things. Whereas we look at this team from the offensive perspective, the only thing that's missing a little bit here and there, you'll see some gray areas, are the O line for your mind. However, scheme do plays a major role at that. And at the same time, we want what's best for this team. We want to see this team turn up a level. But the main thing and the principles of it is, can this O line hold up? Because I think the running back group is going to be okay. Let me repeat. I think the running back group is going to be okay. They're going with the running back by philosophy, or running back by what we call that, committee. They're going back. They're going back to that deal. And we tried the wide receiver by committee, that didn't work. We tried the tight end by committee, that didn't work in the past. The last time we considered running back semi by committee was when we had Tashard Choice, Marion the Barbarian, and Felix Jones, right? Who remember that, right? And that was the last time, and that kind of worked to a degree. But I'm looking at these boys, and they can probably give you more than a Tashard Choice, a Felix Jones, and a Marion Barbarian. You know what I'm saying? So let me know how y'all feel about that. It, Dave says, "Where is Zach Martin?" We don't know. We don't know, man. He getting fined $50,000. Is I think it's up to $200,000 right now, and that's a lot of money. It ain't money to sneeze at. So shout out to him. Hopefully something can come out of it. When the other time we tried a little bit of running back by committee, we had two back sets, right? Murray DeMarco Murray, and what was the other guy that was still in Colognes and stuff like that? I think we had that two back set, and we did a little two back set in 2016 when we had Alfred Morris and Ezekiel Elliott for 2 or 3 games, but that didn't last. The Lance Dunbar, yeah, yeah, appreciate you, Rev. So yeah, you're going all the way back to 2013 ish when we had Lance Dunbar, we had DeMarco Murray, and we had you know the Cologne guy, Joseph Randall, I believe. Yeah. So, but this approach is a whole lot different. The the difference is, this is West Coast offense now. There will be principles and everything already put into place. And I think that we're going to go a great way with this. I think that when we look at everything, especially on how we moving the ball, I think that we're going to go pretty good. Yes, yeah. Rest easy, barbarian. Yeah, he was to me, he was the original beast mode. And if you think I'm lying, look at that Patriots tape when we was down inside our own goal line there, and we were able to get out of there. Jay First, appreciate you for the super chat. He said, "What's up, Law? Offense will be dope." I thought that this offense would be ranked probably 9 or 10 ish, but I'm with the belief that this offense now, even with the spoonful of reps that we were able to see in only 2 days in pads, I can argue that this offense may be top two, top three. And excuse me, one can argue that this offense may be the number one offense in the league if things go accordingly, right? And if things go to plan. And I'm not really mad at it. Man, I'm really not mad at it, Cowboy Nation. I want feedback, though. 657 390 7391. That's the hotline for your mind. Call on in. And the only reservation that most people will have will be the O line. I think the quarterback, I get it. A
You
lot
are
of
the
people,
only participant in the conference.
I think that some people
All
may have that.
participants are muted.
But I come here to tell y'all, beautiful people, that this offense may just be just what it is. And last but not least, let's continue to elevate it. I got my guy, man, from the 815, Brandon Ross. You live. You the first caller for today, man. Talk to me, man.
Oh, what's up, Lock? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
So, I want to say first off, we should have at least a top five offense. It's
I agree
clear we
with you.
loaded.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Top five, but
It
keep going. Hmm.
it's clear that we loaded. That to me, Michael Gallup is gonna be our number three. To me, Turpin is clearly our number four, and possibly pushing for some significant playing time if you ask me.
Shoot, yeah.
Because I'm not too sure about our tight end position. I think we got some good guys, but I'm not sure. I'm just being honest. Um, Secondly, Zach Martin, I need you to stop being selfish and get your butts to count. I'm gonna say it again,
Hmm.
Zach Martin, stop being selfish, get your butts to count. That's what y'all told did.
Yeah.
Um, Also, the defense, Bland and Wright, they they just out there and they just we know they out there. They just getting conditioning in because they've been getting toasted. If you ask me, I see a lot of your highlights, and I see Bland and I see Wright, especially on one on inside the red zone. I think Bland was trying to tell Wright to get back, and CeeDee caught one over his head. Um, Turpin actually had a touchdown on Diggs, but Dak underthrew it. I ain't gonna talk no more about it because people don't like the truth. Our offense and defense look great. I think we should be top five, top three in defense, top five in offense. Special teams has always been pretty good. Our kicking game it's a slight question. But I think we got all the makers. I think it's clear. It's clear. We're Super Bowl. We got a Super Bowl team. It's clear.
Oh yeah, it's clear that this roster, from just me seeing it, is better than what we seen last year. Just by
Absolutely.
sure wide receiver talent alone, and Dak Prescott, 12 for 13 down inside. Yeah, like you said, if he let him out a little bit further, then maybe that would have been 13 for 13. But outside of that, we
Absolutely.
we got to give Trayvon Diggs kudos and credence to catch up to a 4.29 guy that pretty much
Absolutely.
had a step on him on that edge there.
Absolutely.
Me and Shango, we was talking about it. If that play was on the field side instead of the short side, maybe Turpin could have
That's a
had
pick
more
six.
real estate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, man, it's a good
No,
call from you, man. What else you got for us?
um, I just want to stress. I want to stress this final point. This is a
Hmm.
Super Bowl team. Anything less is actually undignified. How about them Cowboys? How about Law Nation? How about the great work Law Nation been doing in California? Seems like you're having a great time, not just a good time. Shout out to the nation. Shout out Law Nation. How about them Cowboys? I'm watching that.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. That's Brandon, and what Brandon's saying is he's gonna give Dak a hard time all the way up into playoff time, man. And that's just his stance on it. But look, keep applying the pressure because it seems as if though today Dak Prescott came in with a purpose today. He's been hearing from you guys, and he said it. I didn't say it. He said pressure is a privilege. So keep giving them those privileges, man. From the 571, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law? Great content, man. Thank you for posting like you do. We all appreciate it. I just really
Appreciate you.
want to say that we got to get the Zach Martin situation handled before week one if we really want to make that Super Bowl run, like the last caller said.
Hmm.
And I really think we got to get another running back in here. I don't like relying on Tony Pollard, who getting on day, off day, still recovering unless their plan is to go to Turpin and Deuce Vaughn
Well, let me
in
ask you
short,
this: not to cut you
wheel
not
routes.
not to cut you off though, but
Yeah,
to let me ask you this: I believe that earlier today that they said that they would consider bringing back Zeke, but that would take away Precious reps and snaps. we need to get
Precious
these
reps.
young we need to get these young guys as much reps as possible to see what we got. So first preseason, second preseason, and then to the third preseason game, then maybe you can say, okay, let's pick up the phone for the good vet to bring him back. But for right now, I'm seeing some good reps from Malik Davis. I'm seeing some great reps from Deuce Vaughn and even the small sample size that we see from Tony Pollard. I think that we are okay from my belief of that of the way they have in this philosophy. Because you bring back
But
Zeke, he gonna take up a majority of these reps, right?
I mean, but he only going to take the reps when the season starts. Zeke is like Zach. They really don't have to do anything in the preseason. You can still see what you got with the young guys. I don't really think we can have it both ways as Cowboys fans. We can't be saying we're on the precipice of a Super Bowl and then still trying to see what a bunch of young guys have. That's
Mm-hmm.
not what Super Bowl teams are. Like,
True.
we know what that defense is. We know what this offense is. Why? Because we brought in veterans. If we didn't just hang our hand on trying to see what Tobin was going to be, what Turpin was going to be, we hoping they can add to it, but we brought in Cooks to go with CeeDee. They need
Yeah.
that. This is so I really feel like, yeah, you can still see what the young guys got in the preseason, but you really want to make a Super Bowl run, you can't be waiting on nobody to develop because that's just another year wasted for vets like Dak and Law, you know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you
Tank
this though.
Lawrence
Let me
out
ask you
there and all
this.
that.
Are you married?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Yeah,
So
17 years.
17 years. So there's a continuity and consistency that you know from your lady. When you go on out to go
Yes.
grab some food, even when she say, "Hey, I don't want nothing to eat," what you do? What you do?
You got to bring him something back.
You got to bring her something back. So what happened with the Cowboys? We wasn't prepared for that. Zach Martin,
Right.
we literally thought that everything was okay. He gave us one of those things, whereas I'm okay all off season, all year before that, I'm okay. We went to the store, we got Diggs his money, we got the other people contracts and the whims. Then all of a sudden he's saying, "Where my food at?" You say, "Wait a minute, hold on."
Right.
So the
Right.
element of hitting us with the surprise is all in front of us. So how do we coordinate this? What do we do now? You the GM, we don't know what Zach
Okay.
Martin is asking for, but what will you do right now?
I will bring him in. I would say, what is it that you want, Zach? We need to get you a couple extra million. I know this TV money coming. I know the cap is coming up. And I know I can massage that cap and how the cap's going to look. I'm going to pay this man. What I would do, I do what they did with Tank. If I got 2 more years left on Zach, I'll tear up your current deal and give you a 2-year deal that makes you at least the top 2 or 3 paid guard for the next 2 years. Guaranteed money. That way I know you off my books in 2 years, and then if we want to renegotiate after that, then we'll deal with that. But I would just say, you know what? You got 2 more years left. Let's not play around. Let's go ahead and give you this money. And when I'm going to give it to you up front, because I know who you are. You ain't got to
Well,
prove nothing.
now you do
So,
all of that, and she say, "I don't want that."
okay, well, look, if you
Well,
come
he
to the
might say
table
he
like
don't want
that,
that.
right,
And now
right, he
everybody,
might not.
now everybody is seeing you arguing about the money. So that's why I
Okay,
say that these contracts shouldn't be out there to the public to see. Because this
I
should be
agree.
something in closed doors. He should have already said, "Hey, I'm gonna get this contract extended, but by this year, I want a little bit more. I always want to be at least top 3 paid guard in the National Football League." And I get what
That's
Jerry Jones is saying is that, hey, right now, this is Michael Parsons' money. Not the money today, but the money tomorrow when you old and gray, it's gonna
but
be
but
not
but
it'll be
let's be
time to get
real.
Michael Parsons.
Let's
Talk
be
to me.
real. Michael Parsons' money is that YouTube money they just got for that NFL football package.
Right.
That money they just
Right,
scammed
right.
YouTube for, switching it from direct TV. That's where his money gonna come from. Now I agree with you, and I'm about to say some Cowboys fans not gonna like. I
Right,
will
right. Talk
offer
to
him
me.
a fair number, and if he don't like it, I trade him. Because he could pull a Trent Williams and sit out like he did with Washington and claim he got health things, and then we don't get any services or any kickback. I love what Zach Martin brings, but if we're going to play hardball, if I'm the GM, if we're going to play hardball, we got to be willing to go all the way there. If we ain't willing to
Yeah.
go all the way there, let's just start wasting time and go and get a man some money and so that we can go ahead and get this cohesiveness built with this offensive line, because Dak needs Zach Martin more
He
than
do.
Dre and
Hey,
Steven need
trust
to
me.
not look like they lost a negotiation.
I was out there. We were recording. West Coast was like, "Pay Zach Martin." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
heard him.
Zach, my guy, and I'm sitting there like, I ain't finna be on the spotlight with it. But one thing I'm gonna say here is, yeah, we need to pay him, but also pay him wisely. And
I
it's one
agree.
of those things we can both agree to disagree. We can both
Right.
say this though: it's bad timing. It's just bad timing, Zach. Come on,
But you
man.
know what though? Let me say this, Law.
Yeah.
Steven, I don't know. I know he don't actually do the number, but ever since we
Hmm.
came into the cap era, we've always had cap issues. If Steven,
Yeah.
the one that is over the contracts, never really want to pay the guys, he knew what he was doing with Tyron, Frederick, and Zach when he had them signing 6 or 7 year deals. But Tyron was a real team guy. He a guy that said in the article, "Man, how much money do you really need?" But a lot of guys don't think like that. And Frederick retired. Zach Martin like, "Oh, no, no, no. I want all of mine. I want the chips and the dip. Because y'all over there, y'all billionaires, y'all charging fans $250 to get in here for practice fields that way across the way. So y'all keep filling y'all pockets. Why should I sit here and take a discount?" And so, them deals was a bad deal. It was a good look at the moment, but we knew a couple years down the road they was going to be. Tyrone was underpaid for years. So Zach like, "Nah, you ain't about to hit me with that." And so I don't really blame him. But
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me,
it's
to you
weird
give
though.
Mike an excuse, it's like, come on. It's like you do that
Yeah,
with everybody. You said that about that. You said, "Oh, we
yeah,
can't pay him." And then what it cost you? 13 extra more million, because you could have gave him 27, 28. You end up giving him 40. It cost you
yeah,
12, 13 more because you're trying to play that. Oh, we got to pay other guys. What did D-Law tell him? When they told him that they need a piece
yeah,
of, they
yeah,
need the
yeah.
pie for everybody else, he said, "That's not my problem. That's your job to figure it out." And that's
Yeah, that's what
true.
he said. And I don't think that Zach Martin is that boisterous as D Law, but well, we'll find out, man. What's your name? Let me save you in here, man.
Oh man, Marquise, man.
Marquise Bell. I'm just
Nah,
playing with
nah, nah,
you.
nah, nah, man.
Hey, he
Hey,
showed out
last
today,
thing, Law.
Tex.
Last
Marquise,
thing.
what's good?
We need somebody in that middle, that linebacker spot. I like Vander Esch is out there doing his thing, but he got an injury history. I need Damone Clark, or I need Cox, or somebody to really step out and really step up, because that's going to be really important if they really going to keep Micah down there at that DN and not moving back up there in the middle on rundowns. That's just as important as the big guys up there. We talking Maji, but once a big guy calls a lane and the linebacker's supposed to field, and you don't have a capable guy, then we still gonna be out there in the running game getting gashed.
Man, let me just say this before I let you go, bro. Don't worry about it. That Damone Clark, he's been an animal. He's
Okay.
representing 33
Okay.
the right way. And 14, he's been getting more and more quality time out there. And Devin Harper, number 50. Those three guys that I just mentioned is going to change the whole mindset of how you view these linebackers, because all of those guys, 4-4 guys, one of them run a 4-3. So it's going to be nice for us, bro. And they
Okay.
moving. It's so good that they are putting LVE on the edge. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be a lot of 3-4 packages out there. And that's just how it
Right.
goes. And your boy Clark going to be inside, bro. He hooked the flat crazy.
Right.
Appreciate you for calling
All
in,
right. Thanks,
Marquise.
Law.
Appreciate you, man.
Uh,
Good call from a man. Hey, let me just tell y'all this, man. It's been like that, man. As far as these linebackers, these boys been flying out to the ball doing their thing, and it's because they got free area. Number 35, he just look weird at times, and I'm talking about Overshown. Shout out to him. Um, I guess I have to wait for Overshown in the real game, right? I'm gonna wait for Overshown in the real game. And there's another guy that's been really flashing, and he wears 53. And I see 53 come across the edge, I'm sitting like, yeah, he's another guy. So when I don't mention the name, and I just mentioned the jersey number, be sure that he made some type of flashpoint. All right, I got the next caller on the line from the 215. You live?
What up there, Law?
What's good with you, man?
So I've been watching the past couple of, you know, practice games.
Hmm.
I want to talk about the offense first. I want to talk about the offense first
Okay,
because the
go ahead.
defense needs special attention. The offense, to me, looks dangerous if used properly. I'm sure you agree, and I hope you agree with what I'm about to say. It's the proper way to use this offense. Because I tend to use this kind of offense in Madden now that, we got Cooks. Once I get that, then I'm going to switch it up, change it up a little bit.
Okay.
But I think our offense is better suited for speed.
Yeah.
And that speed would be turpentine, cook them up. You know what I'm saying? They could front on CeeDee all they want. The young bulls got speed. You know what I'm saying? And then you got, a UDFA and Jalen Brooks looked really good, by the way. Jalen
yeah.
Brooks, he's been lighting them up. But Jalen Moreno Cropper, I guess once he gets going, because I know there's been a lot of talk about him. Not as much as Jalen Brooks, but undrafted. I heard you earlier talking about calm down, Micah.
Oh my
Calm
God.
down, Micah. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes,
Calm
it's
down,
okay.
Micah.
I know it's hard to put uh, it's hard to put a what you call that thing on him,
A leash on that
a
boy. You can't
leash
put a
on
leash
that
on that boy.
dog. You can't put a leash. You can't. But he was just
But here's
cheat code. He's cheat code out there. He's faster than everyone. He's stronger than everyone out there,
exactly,
and he's gonna end up.
exactly.
And that's why I said right now normally would be a
Yeah,
situation whereas we would have those joint practices with the Chargers or the Raiders, and
yeah,
and, and then we
yeah.
release Parsons. But come
Release him. You know what
Jacksonville,
I'm
normally you don't play your starters. Play Parsons.
saying?
Play Parsons.
Play him.
Hey, play Parsons week 1 of the preseason. Don't
Yeah,
wait for
yeah.
dress
By all
rehearsal.
means.
He's different,
All right.
man.
So my point to bringing up Mike is, and this ties in with the offense. I know we had Matt Willets go out there. I know we had Chuma Doga, and he's been getting used and abused by Michael Parsons. But not every team has Michael Parsons. This is
Not
good
everyone have
seasoning
it.
right here.
Look,
This is good seasoning right here.
they was doing a catch drill. Just plain old simple
Yeah,
catch drill. And here's Parsons. He's
yeah.
sitting there like, all right, I got you, and you. Kind of like Parsons is the Dez Bryant of the defense. Remember when Dez was like, you can't
Real
guard me,
talk.
you can't
You
guard me.
can't guard me. You definitely can't guard me. It's like,
Parsons
yeah,
was
I
so
remember.
competitive that he competed against J. Ron Curse. I'm sitting like, wait a minute, y'all friendly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Y'all on the
yeah.
same
Hey,
side.
man. But
So that's just who
but
he is,
and
man.
what I'll say about Micah is, you see the hunger,
Hmm.
and he's trying to permeate it through the rest of the defense. You know what I'm saying? This is my hunger.
Yeah, yeah,
Get on this ship or sink in the water with the rest of these dudes I'm about to put in there. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? That was his shark analogy. That was his
yeah.
deep water analogy. It's either you get on my ship or you're gonna sink in this ocean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the offense, yeah, Dak was, being vintage Dak, you know what I mean, throwing dots everywhere. I mean, receivers were doing their jobs, even though it was on the number 1, number 2 defense. But understand this. Dak said it's iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the offense that we have. You know what I'm saying? So when I see like a Nashawn Wright get burnt by Brandon Cooks, that's expected.
Yeah.
Because that's what Brandon Cooks is going to do to everybody in the league. He's going to burn them. When I
He's
see
gonna do that.
Nashawn Wright or Deron Bland get cooked by Turpin, that's expected.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has a Cavante Turpin. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's exactly what he's going to do to everybody else in the league if used properly. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I like to think that they're leaning more towards what I call proper because I see them out on the field with the ones. I see Turpin out on the field with the ones. So if they it seems as though Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, Schottenheimer, they have this idea that not only are we going to lean on the run a little bit more, we're going to lean on our speed.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
why
lot of
Malik
speed.
Davis will be your number 2. He will
Oh
be your
yeah.
number 2. He
And
has
he
you
runs
can
angry. He's
he
the worst
exactly.
film that I ever evaluated on coming out of Florida Gator because I thought just looking at his Florida Gator tape, I literally thought that he was a scat back. And I apologize to
Uh-huh.
the community so many times because you were running with Pierce. Remember the guy that played for the Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there was another guy that they had. It was three back sets over there. So
Uh-huh.
when he got a chance to run, I evaluated him as a scat back. And now
Mm-mm.
when you look at him, he got physicality. He can
Sorry, that's
catch
my
out of
baby.
the set. No, man, it's all good. I know how that feels. You got a little one there. That means the nation is growing. That's another
Indeed,
Cowboy
indeed.
fan there. So yeah, man,
Yeah, there.
he's a guy that can tote the load. He's really one of the unknowns.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say unknown because what I saw from him last year
Hmm.
is with the limited reps that he had, he's something. He is something. If
Yeah,
utilized correctly, he is something, man.
yeah,
And Malik Davis, Tony Pollard, just think of that tandem right there. Now, yeah, we had a great tandem in Malik and Zeke, but
yeah,
Zeke couldn't. Zeke was a little too long in the tooth and took way too many injuries in order to produce the way he was. The whole hurdling eagles and all that. He couldn't really get into that anymore. Now we leave that to Jake Ferguson.
yeah.
Now, if we're going to talk about the defense, man, look, you can say whatever you want. All these Eagles fans, they can say whatever they want. We dangerous. We real
Oh yeah,
dangerous,
oh yeah,
and that's not just the ones. That's not just the ones. You can see it. Scott Jr.
yeah,
He's got great ball skills. He's got better speed than what he had at the combine. Like he's got like 4.5, 6 speed, something like that. Not no 4.7. He's got some speed to him, and he has great ball skills. Not only that, he's very intelligent when playing his position.
yeah.
Deron Bland, yeah, he was getting burnt and used and all that, today by our ones, but think about it, that's our speedy ones. We saw what he did last season. He was just snatching and grabbing.
He's still a ball hawk. And one thing I can say about Bland
Exactly.
before I let you go is that a lot of times the one-on-one drills are very unfair to the DBs. From a DB
Yeah,
perspective,
definitely.
a lot of those guys know how to play with leverage. Some of those wide receivers that's manning it inside, some of those DBs
Hmm.
would direct you right inside to a Damone
For
Clark
sure.
or to wherever the other linebacker had to take your head off. So we will see. That's
Yeah.
why I say the Jacksonville Jaguars preseason one game. This should be the dress rehearsal for Will Greer, the dress rehearsal for
Yeah.
my guy Cooper Rush, and I want to see those two backup quarterbacks out there. And Tyron Johnson, the wide receiver, number 80, he's been flashing. I want to see him do a whole thing. I want to see 85 is
Yeah.
Durden. I seen him literally move
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
third team. Now he's on the second team. He got every
And
right
team,
to fight
exactly.
himself to keep going up. So hopefully, man, we'll
Oh, of
notice
course.
this
There's
next
nowhere else
week,
to
man,
go.
sometime. But I appreciate you for calling
You know
in.
what I
What's your
mean?
name, fam?
It's Mike. It's Mike Clark.
Clark. M.
I
Clark.
usually
Okay.
call you. I usually call you once or twice a week, but I've been out of work because of paternity leave. You know.
Okay. Congratulations, growing the nation,
So,
man.
indeed, indeed. Thank
Hey,
you,
hey,
sir. Well,
take as
Law
much
Nation,
time
you
as you
already know.
can,
You
man.
already know what it is. You're gonna stand up, man. DC for life. You heard?
No doubt, man. And like my old man said, you ain't a man until you buy Pampers and milk. So you on that journey.
Yes, Lord.
DC for life, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. In the chat, if y'all know about those Pampers and milk, let me know, man. Yes, indeed, man. It ain't nothing cheap. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Mark, that drive trucks, man, from the 832, you live.
What's up, Law? What's up? Good evening, man. How you doing?
Man, well, man, I can't complain. Talk to me.
I hear you. I hear you. Hey, look, man. I've been, really, really amped for this camp and for this whole vibe we all been getting from what's going on over there. I don't know what the training camps was like before. Mike McCarthy, took over everything, but it just seems like it's something different about it. I know people used to complain about it being kind of a country club atmosphere out there. It was more cameras out there than it was pads and helmets. But they seem like they're about their business now. So having said that, I guess I wanted to ask you, man, do you see any screen work, screen game things going on out there with like the backs? I know they're throwing a lot to deuce and they're throwing a lot to turf, and they're throwing little flats and little whip routes, little stuff like that. Have you seen them run any screen kind of sets of screen plays, anything like that?
They do. They do. When the pressure is there, they do have better screen setups than what I've seen in the past few years. They do have leak out plays, and
Mm-hmm.
it's touchdown to check down, just like my guy not West Coast, but Skywalker still would say in the West
Yeah,
Coast offense, touchdown to check
yeah, that's
down, and we've seen that multiple times out here in Oxnard.
yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering because again, I know everybody's kind of where we are with the running backs because we
Yeah,
conditioned to have that main guy. We got to have this guy that run hand it off to, and Tony Pollard can be that guy, but we just don't want to wear him out like that because that's what happened to Zeke. I believe Zeke came in the league hurting the people and everything else, and in 3 or 4 years we turned him into a bowling ball. So
yeah,
I do think we kind of shortened Zeke's career trying to turn him into a battering ram. So that's just the way everybody around the coaching staff wanted. That's the way they wanted to run the football. And
yeah.
and
And
so
what's happening
I
here is in the history of the Cowboys. It's been that one back set, right? And
right,
Emmitt
right,
Smith for a long time he was here. It's been Emmett, and then of course we had some hiccups with running backs. But then when DeMarco Murray was here, it was DeMarco
right,
Murray, and then after
right.
DeMarco Murray's been Ezekiel Elliott. He's been here for 7 years, so people are
Mm-hmm.
accustomed to tradition. But now I'm looking at it. The last 10 teams to win the Super Bowl,
Right,
they had running back by committee. They had multiple running
right.
backs out there. So
Mm-hmm.
I like this new trend. To me personally, I'm all about team pay the running back, but at this point, I love winning. I love winning. So whatever we can to get things going, let's do it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, exactly. And I think if anybody's really worried about it, kind of look at what Kansas City did. Kansas City had no problem in the Super Bowl running a football and running a rookie, a
Yeah,
seventh round
rookie.
draft pick. That's how.
Yeah,
But they were able to do that because they were such a good passing team. Not just vertical. Kansas City wasn't
right.
really a vertical passing team. They worked
Right.
the middle and the short, right? But
Yeah.
they were so good at that forced his defenses to retreat and play soft. And
Yeah.
that gives you an opportunity to run the football. You use the running game in that situation to supplement your passing game
Yeah.
so that you don't have to you don't have to force anything. So it's going to be an adjustment, like you say, for us here as Cowboys fans. We used to seeing it done one way,
That
and a
one
lot of
back
that is
out
yeah,
there, man. I know
yeah,
a
yeah,
third of the people that's watching right now would prefer, instead of having Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn, Malik
uh,
Davis, they'll prefer just to have a Bijan Robinson, right? They'll prefer just to have
right,
one running back. They would have gave
mm,
Bijan number 22 and said, "Hey, look, let's just have him out here." But I do like
right,
the the multiple backs. Trust me, I didn't like it at first, but when I started to look around, I said, you know what?
hmm
If you can't beat them, join them. You can't beat them, join them. Shoot, let's have three-headed monsters back there, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, it's a copycat league, my dude. It's a copycat league. If
Yeah,
it's working for them, why it can't work for us?
yep.
Exactly. And and
I
man,
remember when the slot receivers started getting busy. You remember that? Shoot, the Patriots, they said shoot every year. They went and got Danny Amendola. Anybody, man.
yeah,
Wes
yeah,
Welker.
yeah.
They
West
went and
went
got some
over.
inside
Yeah, West.
slot
Well,
guy.
yeah, yeah. I think that has more to do with Belichick never could draft nobody.
No.
He really couldn't draft no wide receivers, and so Mike Tom Brady said, "Hey man, go get me somebody smart." Amendola and Welker and Edelman, they all
Yeah.
played quarterback at some point in time,
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
understood how to run routes and read defenses. So Brady'd rather have somebody out there in the middle of the field that's smart enough to break the route off,
Right.
come back or sit down or go on the knee. Then you out here trying to teach a rookie that can't run no route or nothing like that. And I don't know what kind of wide receiver coaches they had up there in New England, but Brady always would rather have somebody know what they're doing than somebody that don't, right? So yeah,
Right.
but that slot
And
receiver thing is
one
Brady.
thing
Hmm.
they ran variations of West Coast offense. So
Right,
let's see
right,
what
right.
Turpin can
Hmm.
do. Let's see what these little slot guys can do. in this particular
Yeah.
scheme and system.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we have to get used to seeing. If we need to understand what it is we're excited about. We excited about getting the ball in the hands of guys like Deuce Vaughn, like Cavante Turpin, getting it to them in some space, man, real quick, and
Yeah.
then watch them boys cook. And that's what we got to get used to seeing, because that's the way it's going to work. That's going to be the extension of our running game. That's what our running game is going to look like, going forward. So I'm excited to see it, dude. I'm excited to see it. And
Let's
boy,
go with it, bro.
Micah is gonna be. Oh my goodness. They gonna have to get some extra chalk, because they ain't got enough. They whiting out them lines out there. They gonna have to make some chalk for them bodies, because boy, Micah
Man,
finna lay them out. That
he
boy is
he
crazy.
he gonna lead the league on holding calls because they're gonna hold him, and if not, we're gonna be yelling because if full time on the edge, man, he looked like unstoppable. I used to play Tecmo Bowl back in the days, and you
Oh yeah,
remember
with Bo Jackson.
no, you remember when you had picked when you blitz in Tecmo Bowl,
Yeah.
and ain't nothing
Uh,
like Reggie White, you couldn't stop him. That's who he
yeah,
looks
I
like.
remember Bo Jackson. You couldn't tackle Bo Jackson,
You
but
couldn't
I
tackle
never played
Bo
with Reggie
Jackson.
White.
But I'm talking about Reggie
Yeah,
White in Tecmo Bowl. That's what my guy that's what got
yeah.
Parsons look like. I said, man, God dog, bro. I appreciate you for
He
calling in,
might.
Mark.
Yeah, thank you, man. Have a good night. Have a good night. No, I appreciate what you're doing, brother. Appreciate it.
Anytime, Chief, man. It's a good call from him, man. That's Mark that drive trucks, man. Not Holmes, but that's Mark that drive trucks. Shout out to Mark Holmes too, by the way. All right, so shoot. Look, somebody asked me what's the phone number. I kind of put it back on the screen. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind, man. Yes, indeed, y'all, man. It's just been crazy. From the 305, we got Florida in the house, man. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. First of all, Law, salute to you, respect to you, man. I appreciate everything you're doing for Cowboys Nation, for Law Nation, man. I know it's kind of your slogan, but you
Yeah.
are the best out there,
Oh
bro.
man, I
I'm gonna just
appreciate it, bro.
I ain't gonna you know no, there's no two bits about it, bro. But I'm feeling the Cowboys. I'm feeling great about how things are coming along. I feel like we got all the
Hmm.
pieces. Well, I know you're out in Oxnard, but everybody talking about Micah Parsons. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm excited about Demo Demarion Obershon. I was
Overshown.
listening to Stephen
Uh,
Jones today talking about uh, 35. First of all, he need to get his
he could
O.
get that
He
number
need to get
off
his
of
zero
him.
number.
That 35 look.
Um,
K-
yeah,
Kavon.
yeah,
I think
but
we had a guy named Kavon
so
last
what are
time
you
on 35.
seeing out there, man? How's 35 looking out there, man?
I only seen him like a few times in a few drills. He looks fast. He looked the part. I haven't seen him make any play. And hopefully I'll comb through some of the film and footages that I have, and
Good.
maybe I can use him as a spotlighted player. I just need to see
Yeah,
him in that first preseason game, and then I could chop up a lot of good tape from
yeah.
there, and I'll give you
I thought it
guys
was
my
I
analysis.
thought it was really interesting that I think it was on 103 The Fan. They had an interview with Stephen Jones, and they asked him
Hmm.
who out of all the young players who really surpassed your expectation, and they're like
Mm.
DeMarvion Overshown. I'm like,
Overshawn.
yo, and
Yeah.
as much as we like to criticize the front office, from what I'm seeing, this draft class is just like everybody's hitting. I mean, the wide receiver we took in the seventh round, uh,
Yeah.
the running back, everybody's exceeding expectations, and we're
Mozzie.
just waiting to
Yeah.
see 86 out there. But I'm gonna just wrap it up with this. Like I said, I'm excited about the team. I know right now Rojo is in the doghouse. I know a lot of people are down on him, but shout out to Malik Davis and Rico Dowdle. I think they're solid backs. But the one thing that Rojo has, he got another gear, bro. He's got another gear.
Well, let
And
me say this. Let me say this about Rojo. He scored 2 touchdowns today, and to be fair
oh, is
to
that right?
him, yeah, yeah. To be fair to him, He said he always took that medication, never got flagged by the league or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to appeal it, but it's the Cowboys now. And I tweeted back to that report, welcome to playing for the Cowboys, because there's rules, then there's different
Mm-hmm.
sets of rules. You see what I'm saying? Like DV,
Absolutely.
domestic violence for the Giants, ain't the same for alleged
Yeah.
domestic violence for the Cowboys. You
When you put
literally
that star
have
on the
that.
side of your helmet,
Yo,
you're a target. Period.
you're a
They're coming
target,
after you.
man.
Period.
Yes, indeed. We
But
had a guy, I ain't gonna mention his name. He had allegedly domestic violence and he was suspended for 6 games. You had a guy who literally had bloody eyes and beat the sleep out
yeah,
of his lady, and he only got 1 game. So
yeah,
that's just
that's
how the
crazy. That's
NFL is,
crazy.
man. But go ahead.
But that's how it goes. But we'll be all right. But
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
think pump the brakes on writing off uh Ronald Jones. He's here for a reason,
Hmm.
and he is a talented back. And right now, like I said, man, I'm just I feel like we have all the pieces. We have all the pieces. We just got to put it together. Everything. Everything's in the stew. It's going to come out great. But again, salute to you. I really enjoy listening to you. Appreciate your work. Congratulations on 100K. Shout out
Thank
to
you so
you.
much, man.
God bless you. Appreciate you.
Likewise.
Go
DC
Cowboys.
for life, man. All the way down there in Florida, man. Appreciate him from the 305. But y'all get it, there's rules and there's different sets of rules. And the Cowboys, unfortunately, gonna get hosed by those things. And I'm just sitting here telling y'all the real about that. This dude said he literally take that same medication since he been in the league, and all of a sudden they saying, Cowboys are looking too much firepower. We're gonna have to put some slaps on you, man. And that's just how it goes. I got the 202. You're live on the nation. You're live.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, what's going on with you?
Hello?
Hey, you're
Hey,
live.
man, what's going on?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, I feel like this. I feel like as far as the Cowboys go, as far as like how our offense is going and as far as the defense going, I feel like we're doing a real good job. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the running backs look good. The offense, the receivers, they look good. The rookie, 83, he out of this world. He catching everything. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I feel like, I mean, for the most part, it's just you got just like you said before. I watch you all the time too, Lord man. I watch
I
you
appreciate it.
and Big Game James and
Big game,
the
James. Okay.
yeah. I
You
watch
got
out
you got
all
me
the time,
turned
man.
up
I
in the
watch
background. You got me turned up because I'm hearing echo.
yeah
Yeah. Turn it
yeah. Hold
down.
on.
Turn it down. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hear me better.
Yeah, man. You good now? Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I watch out. I watch out all the time, man. I watch the final word all the time, man. And for the most part, the evaluation y'all do, man, y'all doing a great job for the nation of Cowboys, man. I'm just right now. I feel like at this point we look good as a unit,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna say it like this: like Prescott, he the best in the NFC East right now. Like, can't nobody say. And I'm saying that not just as a fan. I'm saying that as on paper, he better than half of the quarterbacks in the NFC East. I mean, not just the NFC East, but it's the NFC all together. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, and you got a lot of people
Yeah.
saying
Say
that
it
he
with your
ain't no good
chest, man.
quarterback.
Say it with your chest. I
Yeah,
want you to
you got
say
yeah,
it, man. Say it.
man.
Come
Dak
on with it.
Prescott's the best in the NFC.
Come on
Period.
with it, man.
Let's just
Period.
put it
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I got him. I got him as the best quarterback in the NFC. I do.
Yeah.
And my guy Jalen Hurts right behind him. Jalen Hurts played
Yeah, he right behind
phenomenal
him.
last year.
But
He
he
played phenomenal last year, but
see
it wasn't
people
enough to trump him.
yeah, he
No, it ain't
played
enough to trump
phenomenal,
him.
but see that
Yeah.
he played like I was saying, he played in this rookie that was that's rookie year he played out in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl run for real for real. But
Yeah.
see, just like you said before, we ain't never experienced losing in the Super Bowl. So when we get there, we ready to take the whole yeah.
Yeah, man. Shoot. But I get it. Eagles fans, I only seen one clip of the Eagles in training camp, and it was from my guy, the Smitty, Slim Reaper over there. You know, he was
Mm-hmm.
doing a speed ladder drill, and I said, "Damn, that's a real good drill that he's doing it at." But the Eagles community is so worried about us. They were sending me clips of the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I got an
Law, I
Eagles
be in the
insider
chat.
sending me stuff. You know,
I don't know if
it's
you be
great.
seeing me in the chat, Law, but I be in the chat and I be saying the Philadelphia Fried Chickens need to stay out of chat and need to worry about their own. You know, like I ain't even got no respect for them, like for real, because I get it from all the different because I live in Washington D.C., so I get it from everybody. I get it from the Washington fans.
Yeah.
I get it from the Philadelphia fans. Man, I get it from everybody. But for the most part, them Eagles fans need to stay out of chat,
Yes,
and
indeed.
stop,
Because
hating.
here's the craziest thing of it all. Regardless of what they report to us, it's a benefit to us. They ain't understanding. It's a benefit knowing that Malik Hooker can pick
Mhm.
off the number one quarterback in the NFC. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a benefit of us seeing Mozzie Smith getting upfield or Mozzie Smith being locked down by Tyron Smith. You know what I'm saying? So it's a
Mhm.
benefit. So it's a win-win for us. The difference between Cowboys content creators and Eagles content creators, I want them to do good. I want the Eagles to
Oh
do
yeah.
good in training camp, but it's when
Mhm.
you lace them up because they doing that against
Right.
themselves. I want them to see what they can do against us, and that you know what that is?
Mhm.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not a
Because
goddamn thing.
that defense that they were glorifying and praising all last year, my quarterback came
Mhm.
in with a broken thumb that was healing, put up 40 points on those boys. You know, Pat
And
Mahomes
they
couldn't.
don't see
Pat, put like
Stephen
this.
A. and them, and that's why.
Let me
This
just
why
say
I don't
this
like
right quick.
Stephen A. and them. Yeah.
Let me say this. Pat Mahomes couldn't put 40 points on their defense, but my quarterback
Mhm.
can.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Appreciate you so much for calling in, man. Thank you so much, bro.
No problem, man. Much love, young. DC
No
for
doubt.
life.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no. And my quarterback did it with Noah Brown and a 33-year-old wideout. So, hey, we just need to get past them doggone 49ers, man. Them 49ers been a thorn in our side for the last 2 years. And I promise you, with this particular philosophy and scheme, we coming. We coming. And I want y'all to speak the same like I'm speaking right now. Come on, let's go, baby. Let's go for the 254. You're live, baby. You're live. Come on.
Hey, brother, how you doing
What's
today?
good, man? I'm doing well, man.
Hey, I've got the perfect role for Deuce Vaughn, and no one's even thought about it. I think
Mm,
that you need to put him on special teams, on the punt team as protector, and always put him in motion because if you look at the rules, you can have one person in motion at all times. You can use him as a weapon as motion or have him hike the ball to him or do a sweep. And even in the preseason, what I would do is
hmm
it doesn't have to be successful. Just throw it to him so that the special teams people know that that's an option for you, and it creates more havoc for the special teams. What do you think, brother?
Hey, man, anything, man. Look, right now, the best special team player so far, from what I can see, is a guy by the name of Wanye Thomas. He's wearing number
Hmm.
30. He don't drop the ball when they punt it to him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else been having those little
Mm-hmm.
dropsies on the punt return. So for right now, my special teams punt return guy is Wanye Thomas, and it's a toss up on kickoff return between Cavante Turpin and Deuce Vaughn. I keep both of them in the backfield, of course, on kickoff return.
No, but I would put
But yeah,
I would put Deuce Vaughn on the punt team.
on the punt team, yeah,
Is what I'm
I still have Deuce. Deuce haven't been dropping it like that in practice. But I got some clips that maybe tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna show you like when they punt the ball and the ball in the air, who catch it the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all that.
saying.
But Wanye
No.
been pretty good. He wears number 30 from Georgia. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he's been really good.
And
Y'all look up his tape on my YouTube channel. You know, you know.
And another
What you
thing
got
that
for
I'd
me?
like to say is I don't know how feasible this is, but I was thinking about Tyron Smith, and why couldn't they just rotate the two um, the two Smiths on each game? For like example, 77 would start one game, and then the second game move the other Smith out to left guard, and then move Forniak or someone in there to get some playing time and some experience so that he can play guard. Because I really think that 77, this is his last year, and if they win a
Oh
Super
my
Bowl,
God.
he may try to get one more year out of it. So I think Jerry will probably try and talk him back because they're real good friends from what I see in the media. Your
No
thoughts?
doubt, man. I appreciate you, and I go over that off air, but offline. But appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in from the 254.
Yep.
It's a good call from him. Uh, I don't like the idea of rotating. Front five is a unit that you want all of those guys to be on the same page, and rotating normally knocks the continuity, in my opinion. Now, Tyron Smith got the best, and I'm gonna say this loudly, the best veteran contract because it's heavy with incentives. And if you don't play, you don't eat basically, or if you get hurt, you don't eat basically. And I'm surprised that he kind of agreed to that type of deal. But for me, I want my quarterback comfortable with the front five. I seen one of the better quarterbacks in this league by the name of Pat Mahomes when he was unsure of his front five. He ended up looking terrible in that Super Bowl. And I know it was the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. And they went in and solidified their front five. And lo and behold, he won a Super Bowl with one leg against one of the best defensive fronts in the National Football League last year. So if you got your front five together, you want to have consistency, you want to have those guys continuity, and you want those guys to be on the same page. And I don't think rotating those guys would be a benefit. Now, granted, hear me out, Cowboy Nation. A lot of people take this loosely, but in actuality, I give this as a Mike McCarthy thing. 4 out of the 5 guys last year moved around on that front five. He got hurt at some point. The only guy that stayed there was Zach Martin, and we still managed to win 12 games, including your starting quarterback to go down. So that's a miracle in Cowboys land, especially when you think about the previous regime before Mike McCarthy. So I want continuity with this front though, and that's just the bottom line. I got from the 919. You live on the nation.
Law Nation, how you doing, baby?
Hey, I'm doing great, as Tony the Tiger would say. Man, talk to me, man.
Hey, man, I called you back at the trade deadline when we were talking about our guy, Brandon Cooks. And what did I
Mm,
tell you, Law Nation? That's the difference maker right there. And he's showing it in camp. He's going to show it to everybody. He's going to show them bum-ass Eagles what
mm-hmm.
real burning looks like.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, man. Shoot,
I like it. I like it. I
hey, I
like
love
Micah's
it.
attitude coming into camp.
Uh-huh.
I just love this energy, D-Law, and I know you there. You in Oxnard right now. You can feel it. This team is
Oh yeah.
different this year, Law. It's different.
Man, it is. It's flat out different. The way they compete, the way the offense looks so like, okay, if this play didn't work, watch I bust it on you on this play with the same look but a different route concept. And I like the tempo of everything and the way these guys just compete each and every day is phenomenal to me.
It really to me looks like this team is enjoying playing football again. Unlike when we had our spill of Kellen Moore, we had to get that Scott Linehan out of us, but it looks like we purging it. It looks
Yeah.
like Mike McCarthy is coming in and saying, "All right, if I'm going down, I got to go down swinging." My only question, D. Law, right now, what do you think about the starting 5 offensive line? Who do you got? Who we putting in there?
Oh my goodness. I'm going with Tyler. I mean Tyron Tyler Zach Martin and Terrence. That's my starting five. And
I
I
agree.
get it. I get it. I get it. I want to see Tyler Smith eventually playing at left tackle. But for right now, let's not move Terrence Steele around like a chess piece or checkers or whatever on the board. And let's keep him at right tackle. Pay Zach Martin, whatever. He just picking the wrong time to fight the contract money aspect of it. And I
He
get
is.
it. It's
He.
money, but it's just the wrong time. He's killing some of
I
this
know. I
mojo, man.
swear.
Come on.
It might be one of them Jerry tricks, just to keep the Cowboys' name running in the media. We got to give them something. We got to give the Eagles fans something because they scared, Law.
They
They
are.
scared.
Yeah,
You know it,
yeah.
baby. But look, I'm going to be calling in a lot this season. Get ready for the noosh, baby, because it's the Cowboys season. I got my first daughter on the way. She's making the
Congratulations.
difference. I already got her Dak jersey coming in on Friday, baby. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, man, and congratulations, man. Girl dad, baby. Hey, let's go, man. Come on with it, man. These girls who run the world, girls. Cavante Turpin got a girl, and he got a girl. I got two girls. Shoot, these girls, man. He said, "Lord, won't you try again?" I said, "No, it's gonna be another girl. Won't you try again?" No, it's gonna be another girl. I told the twin maker, stop it, and he got two sets of twins, and one set is two girls. I'm sitting there like, man, you started growing your beard, and I see some grays, and then I got you by 4 years. Yes, indeed. Jerry says he got three girls in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Common Sense said he got three girls. See, I'm telling y'all, the girls run the world. They running the rap game now. Ice Spice and Sexy Red and all of those. Don't y'all start saying Pound Town though. Don't y'all be putting Pound Town in the chat. All right, I got from the 214. You're live on the nation.
Over the law.
What's good with it? Who this is? Who I'm
This is
speaking with?
Peebo. Oh,
Peebo.
my bad. I ain't mean to cut. This is Peebo from Dallas, man. Shit, man. I've been waiting to get on the line. I've been hearing people talking a whole lot of mess about the Cowboys. They don't care about our training camp. They don't care about the numbers. Or they don't care about what Dak doing. They want to put Justin Herbert above everybody. They want to pay him the most. He ain't bust a grape in his whole career. He didn't even get a playoff win. Had a lead and blew that. Now he got Kellen Moore. They ain't want to blame Kellen Moore for any of the BS that's happening. They don't want to do none of that. Oh, Dak, his contract. Dak ain't even in the top 10 no more. So when Justin Herbert doesn't do nothing this season, please let me know whose fault it is. Is it Justin Herbert's fault or is it Kellen Moore's fault? Because if
Hold
somebody's
on.
fault,
Let me say this. Let me say this, Pivo. I don't think that they gonna have any problems though. He got Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen. They got some weapons over there in Charger land. Hey,
we did too. But what happened in the playoffs? We got stagnant.
Yeah, but
what happened?
right.
Kellen Moore.
I know we got stagnant, but let me ask you this though, objectively speaking, is Noah Brown making the Chargers roster right now?
No.
He ain't even making the roster. Not even number 33-year-old T.Y. Hilton making that roster over there. Those boys, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson.
Can I ask you a question, Law? Can I ask you a
man.
question?
Come on, talk to me, man.
Who was the Chargers' last offensive coordinator?
Before Kellen Moore?
I don't know his name. I'm just asking. My thing is, would you take him over Kellen Moore?
Yeah, I tell you, at this point, if he allowed Mike McCarthy to run his scheme, because that's what we wanted
that's
anyway.
My point.
we wanted the philosophy from Mike McCarthy. We wanted the Mike McCarthy that had Matt Flynn. You know what I'm saying? Beating us. That's what we wanted. We wanted that special stuff that Mike McCarthy said he was going to bring to the table, not some rewashing of Kellen Moore and Scott Linehan stuff. That's what we didn't want.
Well, the beautiful thing is that's the last bit of Jason Garrett's DNA that is gone out of this team.
True.
Zeke is gone. Garrett is gone. Schultz is gone. We already cleaned the defense out. We've been cleaned that. We've been got the old broom and got the corners and cleaned that out. We've been got that out.
Yeah, Marinelli thoughts are gone.
Yep, Marinelli. But Marinelli was a scapegoat. And to a T, Jason Garrett was a scapegoat. Well, he wasn't. It was Jason Garrett was Jason Garrett, but Kellen Moore is the bastard son of Jason Garrett. and he had more power than Mike had. Now that Mike has the power,
yeah,
we see it at training camp.
You ain't
Dak
lying.
has more control.
yeah,
Dak has more control over the offense.
he
Even
do.
CeeDee said Dak is pretty much calling the plays. Him and Mike McCarthy don't leave each other's side. They stay next to each other. They keep talking to everybody else on the field. Dak and Mike McCarthy over there in the corner, 24 minutes, 25 minutes before he even hit the field, talking about what?
Man.
Offense, plays.
Ooh.
Like, it's a respect.
Yeah,
Kellen
yes,
Moore
indeed.
was Dak took Kellen Moore's job. And Kellen
Yeah.
Moore telling him what play to run. Who
You
gonna
know the
respect that?
sweetest
How
thing,
can you
the
respect that?
sweetest thing I've seen out there is what you just said, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. Dak and Mike McCarthy sitting down, going over plays. And then what I saw out there is I want y'all to pay close attention to Brian Schottenheimer. He walks into the
Yes.
huddle and he spitting at these guys saying, I want this play to be ran
Respected
this
coach.
way. And I said, man, I've been out here every year under Kellen Moore these doggone training camps. And Kellen Moore would sit back with the clipboard in his hand and he would never go into
Mm-hmm.
the huddle. And I would see Dan Quinn go into the huddle, get guys rearranged and these sorts of things and no interaction with Doug Nussmeier and Kellen Moore. I know that's old business, but I love to see Schottenheimer, McCarthy going into the huddle, telling these guys what to do on offense.
But
It
bigger
makes
than
me
that,
feel good.
bigger
Uh-huh.
than that. Remember when Dan Quinn had to coach a game that one time? He was up in the booth.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
throughout the training, in the middle, in between the whistles throughout the training, when we're not on the field, when it's not game day, they respect him as a coach. You don't have to be up in the press box. You don't have to be on the field getting on people's asses. What's that one coach that we had? He was the old defensive coach. He's the black guy. He's one of the defensive guys
Chris
with the
Richard.
beard.
Chris Richard.
Everybody was talking about, I like him yelling at the players on the side, and he get hot, he get mad.
Chris Richard or
Richard,
yeah,
Richard.
yeah.
Richard, he got angry, he got mad, but he couldn't get a championship defense. Dan Quinn can make a championship defense. He could be in the box or he could be on the field. He's just that good of a coach. Mike McCarthy is a good coach, and we know that for a fact because Aaron Rodgers hasn't busted the grape since McCarthy left him. But he's still the golden boy.
Yeah,
He threw
two
from the top
interceptions in
rope.
practice today, man. I haven't seen nobody talk about that on the Jets, man. But I appreciate you, man, Pivo from Dallas, man. Thank you for calling in, fam. Good call from you, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You take it easy, Law.
No doubt, man. Hey, that's what we like to hear, man. I love hearing these type of conversations, man, about what we used to do and what we're going to do now. And lo and behold, it's a good vibe. It's a good feeling, regardless of it. I got the next caller, man. My dog, my brother from another mother, man, from the 206 MJ. You live, man. What's good with you?
What up, Law? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. You're blowing the
Hey,
horn. Go ahead.
I'm gonna come down there and take you for some food, brother.
No doubt, man.
I'll probably come there Friday or Thursday.
Friday or Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they practice Friday?
Y'all let me know. I know for sure practice Thursday. No practice tomorrow, though. No practice tomorrow. But
What about Friday?
I would have to double check. I'm gonna have to double check.
I'll come down there Friday and take you for some food, brother. I got you,
man. Don't turn down.
I'm treating.
Don't turn down nothing but a caller, man. Shout out to my other, somebody else took me to grab something to eat the other day, man, and I appreciate him. He said he don't have to shout me out, but yeah. But what you got for the show today, man? Well, talk to me.
Oh well, we got we built the foundation now. We didn't never have a foundation. Once you build a foundation, you can win. You got a chance to win any game. You know what I'm saying? And you can see, I told you. Did I tell you how the receivers gonna play? Did I say that? Once they change, they got Video King Raheem out of here.
Fresh King
no more option
Fresh King says there's practice Thursday and Saturday. So no practice Friday. So it's like a little gap in between those 2 days.
Yeah, I'll come. I might what time is the practice Thursday?
I think his original time is 11 o'clock, something like that. Cali time.
I might come down there. I'll come down there either today or tomorrow. You just gotta tell me how to. Is that the number I text you on or what?
Hey, I got yours. But what you got for the show, man? What you got for it? Before I let you
Oh, the
go.
show. Well, what I'm liking. You remember the Minnesota offense law when they had the black cold pepper and they was scoring all them points.
Yeah, it was a vertical offense though. That was led by old boy was in the building. Scott Lanahan was in the building
Yeah, but we got
when they had Culpepper.
this offense finna be dangerous. We're gonna average 30. It's gonna be Dak. You're gonna have a killer year, and the defense is just unbelievable. So we got a chance to destroy a lot of teams, and everybody see that. That's why Philadelphia fans is kind of quiet, and you ain't got to worry about 49ers no more. They keep bragging. They gonna put a whooping on the 49ers. We're gonna start the year off 6-0.
Tell
Watch what
tell
I tell you.
tell my guy the twin maker, man. Say that one more time because I know he be watching too. Say it one more
We
time before
about
I
to
let you go.
we about to put a whooping on the 49ers because now they don't know our plays. Ain't no option routes. And now they got to really cut the receivers. And you saw what Philly receivers did to them. They whack. They can't cover. They got overhyped. We got rid of Kellen Moore. Now we're going to score 30 on them. That 49er thing is done with. Y'all ain't all the fans for the Cowboys. You ain't got to worry about the 49ers. And don't listen to ESPN and all them knuckleheads. They gotta talk bad about us to get ratings. They do that to get ratings,
They do
and
it.
that's why they keep bringing up Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
So I love the show. I'm gonna come hit me and tell all the Cowboy fans we about to finally do it. This team is ready, and you ain't got to worry about the offensive line. Oh, one more thing. Like you said, I'm just disappointed in Zach Martin because he was the highest paid. He got $80 million contract. He was the highest paid lineman. And then since these other linemen, it's gonna keep going up. Now he want to get more money. Come on, man.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
and
No.
this ain't the time to do that, bro. You should have
No,
waited,
man.
win the Super Bowl, and then do that, man. Come on,
Especially when you got
stop with
new
that.
installs with Mike Solari and all of those boys. But hey, I get where he coming from on the other aspect of it. Appreciate you for calling in, MJ. Thank you, bro.
Salute, family.
No
And how
doubt,
about them
man.
Cowboys?
No doubt, man. That's my guy, man. MJ. Oh my goodness, man. Somebody done dropped 200 in the chat, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Conley Jones, man. Oh my goodness. That give me some. They give me a tomahawk steak out here, man. I appreciate you, bro. I lost by 5 or 6 pounds. People like, hey, Law, you like you lost weight? Yeah, dog, Cali living. Appreciate you, Conley. Appreciate you. He says, hey, Law, just thank you for all you do, and thanks to your family for allowing you to do what you do. Hopefully, no coaching outing like we had last year in the playoff because I thought we wanted players to desire to be played like Malik. Bless your bruh, DC for life. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. Let me hear it again. And now we have from the 301, you're live. From the 301, you're live on the nation.
What's up, Law? What's going on with you?
Man, all is well. I can't complain. Chief, talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
From Washington D.C., they always ask me, how you a Cowboy fan and grew up in Washington, D.C.? I told them I was confused as a kid because I thought D.C. stood for Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, and then for you to realize that you wasn't confused because it do. Yes, indeed, and they know it. And they know it. They know what that stands for. Me and you can walk around in Washington right now, and they'd be like, "Hey, Law Nation, man, let's go, Cowboys!" Right hand to the man. I promise you, there's some diehard Cowboy fans that will recognize us walking around that city. That's why they can't come up with a name yet. They don't even. They about to change their name again. You know. Yeah, they know it. They know it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Hey man, but I have two things. The first thing is I'm a Dak supporter.
Yeah.
You know, he frustrated me last year a little bit, but I understood that those option routes would kill a quarterback. And now that he don't have them, I think we're going to see a better result this year. I mean, he knows where the receiver's going to be. The receivers know where to go. And I think the timing is going to be there.
Man, you spitting right at me because you want to eliminate the options, and you don't want to give out too many options. Just like I told I think it was 5 callers ago, when he's going out to eat, he need to tell his lady, "Hey, I'm going to this spot," right? But if he say,
Right.
"What do you want to eat?" she would say nothing, and then when you give too many options, you be fooling around out there all day. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you say, okay, for a certain situation, this is what we're going to eat, this is where we're going to go, and this is what I had in mind. And then whatever she picks from there, then you can go. And last year, what we did is every wide receiver had their own option. Some wanted this food, some wanted that food. No, only one person should be able to have option routes, not everyone.
Exactly.
Yes,
The
indeed,
last
fam.
thing is I played football in my day.
Uh huh.
Um, and I was a nose guard. I am excited for Mozzie. How is he looking out there?
He's looking good. He's looking up to par, and he's doing his job. His service is to allow others to eat, and if others can eat, then we win it. Then Parsons going to get home. D Law is going to get home. Sad to hear about the Sam Williams. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks with that shoulder strain. But outside of that, all boys on the edge. Fowler was cooking today. Fowler had a real good day
Well, you know that
because of the interior.
Fowler man. When he gets when he gets his time in there, he makes plays. I don't understand why he don't get as many as more snaps. I mean, I know it's hard on a rotation, but he makes plays when he gets in there.
Well, the only thing is because he sometimes drop the ball when he's in there. He have some of those careless plays, fam, and that's a good way to be on the sideline because he got to get out of the doghouse. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Thank you
Hey
so
man,
much.
anytime.
No doubt,
Go.
man. Go Cowboys, man. And once again, man, shout out to Conley for the $200. I appreciate you so much for your support, your love, and adulations. And the last name Jones, are you related to Jerry? Let me know if you're related to Jerry Jones and them. Tony Montana from the 832. You're live.
Hello?
Tony, what's good, man? Talk to me.
What's up, law boss?
Not much, man. Talk to me, man. Holla at me.
I see you out there, boy. I see you out there in Oxnard. Say, man, whoever is that number 79, or
Oh my
Josh
God.
Ball, they need to go. They need to
79
go.
and 75. Oh my
Who
God.
was it, 79 and 75? Which one was it?
It say both of them. They were side by
Both
side.
of them, both of them got to go.
Couldn't bust
Ain't
through a
no
wet
way in
paper
God
bag,
living
man.
hell, huh?
They couldn't bust through a wet paper bag, man. I said, God,
Hell
no.
no. Hell no. Hey, hey, and
If they want us to lie to
Michael
kick it,
Parsons,
if you want me to lie to kick it and be like, yeah, man, in 75 played well, 79 decent. That's me lying
no,
to
dog.
kick it.
No, dog.
No.
No, dog. I was watching that shit, man. We don't need that. All I can say is pay Zach Martin, please pay him.
Hey,
And, and uh,
I'll take $200 that my guy sent me over here. I'll put $50 to it.
I put $50 to it too. Shit, pay him. Let's get
Indeed,
him
that's
back in there,
$100.
man.
Come
'Cause,
on, Zach.
you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that protection they got. And Michael Parsons was just eating their lunch, man.
Man, come on
Jesus.
with it, man. I was like, come on, man. Hey, put a leash on that dog right there because that dog, you
They,
know how they say
you
that
know what?
dog don't bite. That dog got teeth.
Yeah, I wouldn't even let him. I wouldn't even let him practice. No, you don't need to practice, man. Just sit out and tell the other guys what the hell they doing wrong. Oh, and another
Man.
thing too, I want to tell you that boy, that wide receiver, what's his name, Brooks.
Oh yeah. I,
that boy is something else. He caught everything they threw to him.
I apologize on my analysis of Brooks. Jalen Brooks, I was like, who? And
That's gonna
shoot.
that's gonna be your fourth receiver, dog. Mark my words. That's gonna be your fourth receiver right there.
Yeah.
That boy high top that ball like it ain't shit. Going across the middle, everything, man. I'm so glad to see them doing all kind of different routes now. Tell them more what they had. They had 4, 5 wide receivers in the same vicinity. You can't win like that, man, because
You
everybody
can't.
knows what you're doing. Clogging up
You
the
can't.
field, you got to open up.
Yeah. So that's why I say the Jacksonville Jaguars game is going to be the game I'm looking for. And we have yet to
Yeah,
see, like, even to be fair to the defense, we haven't seen on a consistent basis of Stephon Gilmore and Diggs on the field at the same time. Have you ever
that's
noticed it
right.
been Stephon Gilmore and then Wright? Nothing wrong with Wright, but that's where the quarterbacks are going. They saying, "Look, 25 out there, y'all.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna
let's
let's
cook up
pick on him.
25."
Yeah, let's pick on him. We know we can't do number 21. We got to pick on 25. You
and
know what
and
I'm saying?
then and then the other thing is, and shout out to Kelvin Joseph, but he got the best number out there, number one. And that number is being used and abused out there.
Yeah,
And I'm
using the
trying to find a
use.
highlight reel or something to talk glowingly about it, but he got the wrong number. I'm like, man, can't give him 24 because 24 is my favorite number. Give him 35, man. Give him number 35 or something, man. Take that one
Nah,
off of him,
nah,
man, because
nah,
he
nah.
using that number wrong.
Give him, give him number 0.
No, 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 no. 0 too wet for him. Hey, and no offense to Kevin Joseph, because I know his people reached out to me before, but I'm just saying, man, come on, man. You got number one on your chest, baby. You know, we
You got
want to
to.
we rooting for you, man. Come on, man.
Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Do you think he gonna make the cut? Because I don't think so. He might. I don't know. I'm
He,
looking at
he,
special
he,
teams, but that's probably about it.
that's all you need. You just need to win one guy over, and he got
Yeah.
Coach Bone Fossil, and the players. To be fair to Kevin Joseph, the players on the team, they love him. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. Kelvin is a real humble dude. He's a real good guy. And this not me putting lipstick on a pig, but I can't find a way to hype the man. I want to hype him, man. He's from Louisiana, Scottsdale, man,
Yeah.
down there, man, Baton Rouge, man, where I'm from. So I wanna
Yeah.
be able. Look, when I went to LA this past weekend, I had three of
Yeah.
my homies to say, "Hey, man, hey, you check out Kelvin Joseph. He wear number one. I work with his dad. You know what I'm saying?" And I'm sitting there
Oh
like,
wow.
I said, I ain't gonna lie to kick it to you.
I don't
He
want.
ain't
I
looking
don't want.
good.
I don't want to talk bad about him. I mean, it seemed to me like he's a cool cat, but
He
he
cool,
just ain't. He
yeah.
just ain't cutting the mustard, bro. He just ain't cutting it. He just.
Yeah.
He just ain't cutting it, man. To me, he shouldn't have been no second round pick, bro. I mean,
But
I ain't trying to
he's
be smart enough,
fast
but
though,
to
man.
me,
He's a
that's a
four
waste.
two
That's a
nine
waste
guy
of
too.
pick.
Yeah, man, it's
A
upside.
waste
They
of
they
pick,
they
bro.
they drafted ceiling. You know what I'm saying? They thought that his ceiling was gonna be up that way, and we'll
No.
see this year, man. Hopefully, man, Thursday in practice he can make a play for us all, so y'all can hear me hyping him up because I'm gonna hype him.
So who do you look? Who do you think will be the starting lineup on the offensive line?
uh, Tyron, Tyler, Zach, Terrence.
Okay. All right. So is
Yeah.
Sam Williams gonna be all right?
Shoulder strains are tricky. You want them to heal
Yeah.
up properly. You don't want to lag in injury
Yeah.
all year. And
Yeah.
as an offensive tackle, that's where you're gonna hit your target points at, and he can wrap it and these sorts of things. But we got so much depth, man. Dorrance Armstrong, this is a contract year for him. Ben Banigou, he wearing number 94 out there. He's been looking pretty
Yeah.
sharp.
Right.
Golston looking good. So we got some guys that can play on the edge, and in 93 junior Fihoko, he's sitting there saying, "All right, cool. A guy down, I'm gonna step in." So we're gonna see this first preseason game. We tell it all.
I see him on the practice field. How's he doing? I mean, what do you look like
Who?
for Hoko Junior?
I haven't seen enough of him here on his. He's on the third team reps rotation now. Seen him play on a
Okay,
few
okay.
second teams, but some of these guys, some of these guys, I'm gonna wait to first preseason game as far as the D line work action because it's just hard to tell right now, fam. Hey man, I
Right,
appreciate you
right.
calling in, Tony. Let me let some other
Yeah, man,
guys come on
man,
in
love
here,
you,
man.
man. Good, brother. I'm gonna holler at you.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call from Tony Montana, man. Appreciate him, man. But y'all get and I'm gonna say again, I'm not peeking, I'm not picking at Kelvin Joseph. You know, and I know that when Kelvin Joseph was drafted, we was all pumping him up, and we were all talking about, yeah, we got us a killer now on the team. Well, sorry for those words and those terms, but we got us a Oh man, let me just get off of it. Come on, man. My bad, y'all. Don't charge. Look. Don't beat me up, y'all. You know the slip of the word, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Slip of the word, man.
Come on,
No
man.
light of that, man. 919, you live. Let me see him get off of this subject. 919, you live, man. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law Nation?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Well, I just see what you think about some stuff. You know, everybody's talking about we're going to have, the best defense in the league, and I believe it. And from what I've seen from your videos and a bunch of videos on training camp, the offense is moving the ball pretty good through the air.
They are.
And, I'm really excited about it. I just, hello?
Yo, yeah, you still alive? You still alive? Yellow? You want me to circle
Hey.
back to you? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. My phone got muted. No, but do you think Turpin's gonna have a starting position?
I think that we're gonna end up having like 6 or 7 wide receivers at this point because it's gonna be a hard day to cut someone. It's gonna be all right. So let's talk about the untouchables. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. Those are your untouchables. Three guys untouchable. You can throw in Jalen Tolbert. He's an untouchable right now, second-year player. So that's 4.
Tight end wise, you think Ferguson's got the starting spot? I like Hendershot from what I've seen of him
Ferguson and
last year.
Hendershots are untouchables, right? They're not going to go
Yes,
away.
sir.
So, and that's the tight end room there. So I'm thinking that really, I think the Cowboys may rock with 6 wide receivers, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Hey, what's our fullback's name? Have you seen him out there? How's he looking?
Hunter, that's his name. He's number 43. He's been on the third team rotation team. But when his number is called week 1 before the pads, he was getting first team reps. So I think a lot of this is predicated upon what they're going to do in preseason to see whether or not he could be that H back that can step in and do some things that we've been looking for from even a tight end, even though he's a fullback.
Heck yeah. And Tony Pollard, he still looked like he got a bunch of kick in his step.
Oh yeah.
The injury didn't
Even
calm
though
down
he's on
at
a
all.
pitch count. Yeah. Even though he's on a pitch count, Tony Pollard looking really good in practice.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm excited about this season, Law. It was nice talking to you. Have a good night.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you from the 919. Yes, indeed, man. And I got from the 720 Denver in the house. You're live.
Hey,
Law
Law, what's up,
Nation.
man?
Nothing
Love
to
the
it.
show. Long time listener, long time follower. Appreciate all you do, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I just had a couple things I wanted to go through really quick on what I see with the team and then get your thoughts on it. So before I get to the bad news, I want to start off with the good news.
Okay.
I think that we honestly have an elite roster, like probably the best roster we've had since I've been a Cowboys fan for 20-something years.
Okay.
You agree with that, or what do you think about that?
I think that this team got all of the potentials to be that. Uh, and yeah, I agree. Potentially, yeah,
Yeah,
part of it.
it just
Yeah.
we're stacked in every position, like I've never seen it before. And the Mozzie edition, the Gilmore edition, and then the Cooks edition were like the best possible moves I think we could have made this offseason to really just fill out the roster. Another thing really quick, so I've called in before a couple times, last year especially, and I was really hard on Dak, but he's actually really, really grown, I think, as a quarterback. And I think last year the thing was he just really didn't have guys to get separation to do it. The only guy that got separation, he hit him for 100-plus yards whenever he could.
Yeah,
which was
we were
CeeDee.
ranked 29th in average yards per separation from wide
Yeah.
receivers, and we were ranked
So, I mean, he
31st in
did.
the NFL with yak yards. So, and if you look at the scouting report of CeeDee Lamb, he's a yak guy. He throw the ball in the shallow areas and he get busy with it. That's the same report that we got out of Michael Gallup, and I think
Yeah.
that the two things just wasn't answering with each other on how to use and utilize those type of wide receivers.
Yeah. Well, and Gallup just wasn't healthy last year.
True.
So here comes the bad news, though. So I actually play receiver myself, and I'm
Okay.
actually trying to go to the league. I'm trying to be one of the best that's ever done it, especially for white boys. But
Okay.
so I've studied. I had a lot of injuries from training, and so I can't give away the secrets, but I started studying movement and these guys that have trained some top NFL players like Jamar Chase and George Kittle. And they actually train the number one running back in the nation right now for high school. But he runs a 4.37 in high school, and he's the number one running back in the nation. But so Gallup, he's going to re-injure this year, and if he's fast, he just has bad movement patterns from traditional training like I had. So that's one of the bad news. So I don't think he's going to have a good year this year. The good news with that, though, is Turpin, from what I've seen that you post from, like, the clips and stuff, because I keep up daily, Turpin's looking really good, and so is Tolbert from the stuff I've seen in your, like, post in practice. And then there's that one other dude that was having some nice camp, the other receiver. I don't remember his name, but he was doing really good against the DBs, like 87 or 85, something like that. I don't know.
No doubt. Well, let me ask you this though. So
Yeah.
for white boys, who's your top 5 greatest white wide receivers in the National Football League?
Well, I mean, Cooper Kupp's number one right now, right?
Yeah. And what was the wide receiver name for the Seattle Seahawks? I'm gonna give you the first name, Steve.
Like the old school guy, Steve Largent.
Yeah. He had 100 touchdowns and over 1,300 yards receiving. Quick twitch, short area quickness. Those been areas where, and I heard my guy Dion break that down on the differences between the white wide receivers and the black wide receivers. Not to make it a white versus black thing, but the quick twitch thing
Yeah.
is what he was bringing up, and that's why he said that you don't see too many white DBs out there anymore because of the
Well, yeah,
quick
yeah.
twitch
You guys,
thing, because of the short area
you
quickness.
guys, like, not to get into like evolutionary thing, but like, I mean,
Yeah.
if like evolving in Africa, you guys had just natural, like the more quick twitch people were just better at everything. You know what I mean? Hunting and everything. When you're in the cold weather, you don't need that quick twitch as much. So, but I mean, you can develop it because I actually,
So
like,
what
I
kind of
actually
game
got
you
down to run a
got? What
4.3.
kind of game do you got though? Like what's your game? Who do you kind of model your game after?
So I mean, I don't model it just after white boys, but Cooper Kupp, actually, he's a good example of an elite mover. Never gets injured. For me,
He was injured last year, though.
I take a little bit of everything. I'm like Antonio Brown, but faster. I'm like this. He's like 5'10", I'm 5'11". I think he's like 195, 190-ish. I'm 195. But yeah, so I'm like Antonio Brown, but training this movement pattern and knowing how to train, like I've done a ton of work. I run like a high 4.3 right now, but I'm trying to get down to like low 4.3, maybe high 4.2. Just because like these guys have really figured out the pattern. Like, I mean, they trained Jamar Chase since 8th grade, the dudes that I follow.
Man, I can't
So
wait
and
to
also
find.
too, I
I
gotta.
can't wait to look at your tape, bro. Where you at so I can look into some of your film.
So right now I'm just playing. I don't wanna like go public yet, man.
No, no
I'm just
doubt.
in the basement on the grind right now. But you
No
could actually,
doubt.
my
Uh-huh.
cousin, you could look him up, Gordon Ryan. He's a
Uh-huh.
6-time world champion in jiu-jitsu. He hasn't lost a match in like 6 years. He's like the Muhammad Ali. He's been on Joe Rogan and everything. But so I'm trying to do my thing so I can compete with that. Hopefully I could maybe play for the Cowboys some games, but I don't know. Something's telling me I'm going to the Jags, and I love the Cowboys, but like T.O. said, I love me some me more. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, that's the first stage of being a wide receiver. You got to have some moxie and you got to have some cojones too with it. So I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
yeah.
This is a
Oh, can I
very
just jump
interesting
in with
call.
one more
Yeah.
thing? One more
Go
thing,
ahead,
real
go
quick.
ahead, go
Can I
ahead.
just jump? So, CD, he's an elite mover, but this modern training, he's regressed a little bit, so he might be at some slight injury for wrist this year. Same for Micah. Micah is so elite because first he was an elite mover. Same with Sam Williams. That's why you don't see him getting injured, but he had the shoulder strain. And then Cooks looks really good too. He's a little tight, so he might have a hamstring.
Wow.
But yeah,
Jeez. I
but
mean,
other than that,
it was good that you saw said all of that. God dog,
well, no,
boy.
no, no, no. So these guys, they're low. They're still low risk. They're not high risk.
Uh-huh.
Like it's good we got rid of Dalton Schultz because he's high risk. One of the tight ends we got is high risk too. But a lot of the guys that we have, like Mozzie, he's more towards the elite mover side, so he's pretty low risk for injury. But same with Micah. Just because you see how they hit the weights in the off season, that kind of trains you in a bad pattern. And like if you see the biggest, you ever notice the biggest guys in the weight room, the best guys in the weight room were never the best athletes on the field growing up, right? So it's like it doesn't really, it transfers a little bit up to a point, and then after that it just makes you worse. So I mean, they still got good potential because they're still good movers, but they've regressed a little bit, so there's a little more chance for injury. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
I appreciate you so much, man.
No. But I mean, everybody in the NFL trains the same way, right? And these guys are more on the. It's like a spectrum. They're more on the spectrum
bro,
of good
come on
movers
now,
than bad
dog.
movers still.
Come on, man. Appreciate you, dog.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to throw that out there just because I've done a ton of research on it, and
No
these guys
doubt,
are like
man.
top
Appreciate
top
you,
dudes.
bro. My God. If I ever needed a laugh, man, that's my guy, man, for the 720, man. Hey.
All I ask, when you lay your head on that pillow at night, you know, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Oh my gosh, man. Hey, that was the call from him, man. Shout out to him, man. All right, from the 832, man. You live. Once, twice. I'm gonna get my guy JT on the horn, man. Oh my goodness, man. All right, JT, man, you live from the 757. You live.
Hey, Law, how's it going, man? JT Wolf here.
JT, man, what's good with you, man? Talk to me.
All right. I just wanted to say I appreciate all the content you have done so far. Thank you so much for the insight for training camp. With me being in Chesapeake, Virginia, it's hard for me to try to get to Oxford, California for the training camp. So I really appreciate you just being able to get some video of how training camp is going. The stuff that I'm seeing from training camp is really cool. Like these guys are on a mission, and especially after that divisional loss we had against the Niners, that stuck in their mind. But their mission this year is to get to the chip. And what I've seen from them from the defense, it's really cool. Micah is leading that, and I think we will go as far as how much Micah can take us to, but we got to meet him there on that ship. Whoever's in the water, hopefully they can swim, but that's his main goal. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the offense.
Right.
Speed kills, and with us making that trade to get Brandon Cooks, that opened up a lot. And then not having Kellen Moore here, not trying to be the beat the dead horse,
Yeah,
but
no worries.
Kellen Moore hit that potential that the receivers had, and the vision we have now for that is to turn them loose. And Mike McCarthy is going to turn these guys loose. I'm really thinking. I agree with you. We're going to have 6 receivers on the roster. Running backs, I really would like to see Malik Davis along with Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn, and then have that fullback role, maybe some tight end H-back with Hunter and Lukey. And I'm really interested and intrigued to see how far they can go, just building off training camp as well as preseason in that. I'm really loving what I'm seeing, and just continuing to take notes and gain knowledge. And I just really appreciate you, Law.
No
Thank you.
doubt, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. That's my guy JT Wolf, man. Yes, we are seeing some great things in practice, and we're seeing some good, hopeful potential guys to do some great things. Bread Boy, I said you right. I said your name right today, fam. I said your name right today. And he said he keeps the A capitalized because that's what brings all of the great energy. Speak some positive energy. We will be healthy. Yes, indeed. And that's what we need. We need our guys to be healthy, man. We don't need to be worried about injuries and these sorts of things. All right, so let's do this.
The conference has been locked.
Let's go with it. I got the 661. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, how's it going, live? I've been watching you for years, man.
Hey, man,
I
all is
started
well.
playing ball in Texas. The way I became a Cowboys fan is I was on a Pop Warner team that
Mm-hmm.
ended up playing for playing in the Cowboys' old stadium, the old hole in the wall stadium. So, yeah. So, anyways, I wanted to reiterate on what happened last live, man. You had a fellow on there from the 909 or 951 area, and he was talking about Dak Prescott. And I'm kind of tired of hearing how bad Dak was last year, because at the end of the day, one thing nobody ever talks about is how Josh Allen had almost the same amount of interceptions, and he played pretty much the whole season.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
know,
think that the only
and he's
person that
supposed to be.
brought that up was Nick Wright on First Thing First. I seen he was
Yep,
fighting
exactly. He's
everybody
the
up in
only
there.
one.
He was fighting
He's the
everybody,
only
man.
one. Yes, and at the end of the day, if facts be told, we all know Zeke did lose a step, but he did have 12 touchdowns. I'm not saying he's worth the money that he's asked for by far at all. I think TP is going to be a great back. I do believe in a back by committee, especially if you look at Mike McCarthy's body of work. The one thing I like about Mike McCarthy when he won that Super Bowl with Green Bay, people tend to forget Green Bay had one thing that nobody else in the NFL did that Dan Quinn almost did with the Falcons, and that's when they got a lead, it was pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
It was never, you never saw them shut down. They were putting up 55 points, 63 points, 43 points, but Green Bay was doing that with Aaron Rodgers that year. Nobody paid attention to that, and nobody's even giving McCarthy credit for that, and not realizing that Dak Prescott and these boys were doing that last year with a mediocre type of style of offense. Let's be real. And I agree. Kellen Moore was calling plays that made no sense. When you should have been running draws on a 3rd and 17, why are you asking Dak to try to be hero ball? That's crazy. Just run a draw.
Yeah.
Punt it.
Yeah.
We got a good defense, and let's live to fight another day. Instead of putting this man at risk, you already know he's got injuries, so you're asking him to play hero ball. That's crazy. Anybody with common sense knows that. I coach Pop Warner football, and I got some good kids, and I got kids that we all know Pop Warner is based off 1 or 2 players, and I don't ask my kids to do that.
No doubt, man. And they were asking old boy to do that, which was crazy. And one thing I'm gonna say before I let you go too, fam, is
Yes, sir.
this particular way that Mike McCarthy won it in 2010, I believe, the defense were really stepping up for them. They had big boy
That's
down
right.
inside, BJ Raji, whatever his name is, and
Yep. Yeah, Rajay. Yep,
Cullen
Rajay. They
Jenkins
had
and
Clay Matthews on the edge, like Michael Parsons, super quick, get to the
Nick
get in the
Collins,
backfield.
Charles
Yep.
Woodson. So they had more guys to make the
Hawkins.
Pro Bowl on the defensive side of the coin. And I think that at that time, I don't even think that Aaron Rodgers made it to the Pro Bowl because of he wasn't really was known like that until after that year. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good situation for Mike McCarthy to win that Super Bowl that year, and I think they snuck into the playoff that year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. A lot of people don't think about that. Everybody's like, "Oh, what is he gonna do? How is he gonna change it?" You're not realizing this man took a team that really was kind of like teetering, okay, because of Brent Favre, but teetering, and then
Yeah.
within 2 years, and it's look where actually 3 years. By his third year, they went to the bowl.
No doubt, man.
By
Hey,
the
man, I
third year,
appreciate
they
you,
were in the Super
man.
Bowl.
I thank you for calling, bro. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hey, thank
indeed,
you.
man.
Appreciate it.
That's from the 661. Got a super chat, man, from DC for Life, Texas, man. Thank him so much for calling in and supporting the nation. But here's the super chat. It says DC for Life. Appreciate you, Law Nation. DC for Life. Let's freaking go. Let's go, baby. Let's go with it. Let's go with it, man. Appreciate you, man. All right, we down. I'm gonna circle back to the 832, man. You're live on the nation. 832, you're live. You was live. All right. Let's move over to my guy Aaron. He's right down the street. 562. Aaron, you're live.
What's the deal, Law? How you doing today?
Man, all is well. I can't complain at all, fam. Talk to me, man.
Man, how you loving this California weather?
Oh man, thinking about buying some property down in San Diego, man. Come on with it.
Oh, well, you gotta have big money for that.
Well, you stay on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You
yeah,
drive in.
yeah, big money for that. Okay, man. Now I just want to say, I appreciate you guys going to Oxnard and hear everybody complaining about practice. This is practice we're talking about, right?
Yeah, not a game. Practice.
It's not games. Practice. Okay, cool. As long as we got to understand it, it's practice. My thing is, how's Tyler Smith looking?
Tyler, yes, Michael Parsons threw him around the other day, but Tyron
I mean,
today,
Michael Parsons throws everybody around.
yeah, he throws everybody around. So you know, so I could say Tyron looks good to me. He's still one of the better tackles in the league. So I don't see him being bench worthy. Only two guys kind of stood out. Well, three guys, 71, 79, and 75. Those guys didn't play well to me, and I think that the Cowboys, and I didn't see so much of 71 today. 71 was the
Right.
other day. So as
Okay.
a combination piece, 75, 79, and 71. From my knowledge of the game, it looks like we can do better at those spots. So hopefully down the line, we see the first preseason game. Uh, we will see how these guys play from there. But to be fair, it's only second day of practice in
It's
pads.
only second day of pad practice, I think.
Padded practice, yeah.
Okay. And then Terrence still looking nice? I mean, is he looking fluid or is he stiff?
Which who you say?
Terrence Steele, my bad.
Oh, still. Oh man, he's
Yeah.
athletic, man. He's you
He's
can
fluid, right?
see he's fluid. He's got the speed, the burst, the mean streak. He got all of the ingredients that you want out of a right tackle. And
Right.
the Cowboys got problems because they got to pay him. They got to pay Tyler Biotish. They got to pay some guy. They got to pay Zach. So Zach was looking at it probably like, shoot, the guy to the right of me finna get paid, and the guy to the left of me about to get paid. And I'm the reason why they playing so well. So pay me. I want the food. So that's how he looking at it.
Dang. Okay. Man, what I was going to say. I'm excited for this season. Yeah, man, I just, go Cowboys, man. I hope you swung on that good green vegetables that California can offer you.
What'd you say?
So I hope you're trying California's finest vegetables.
Vegetables. Oh yeah. I'm trying.
I call it
all.
vegetables. You got to have your vegetables, man.
Yeah, you got to, man. And yeah, I've been trying the best vegetables out here. Like my guy Shango said that you guys got the best out here, and I can see.
Oh
why.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hope you don't disappoint you.
No
But
doubt.
yeah. All right, but I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you having me on, man.
No doubt, man. DC for life. That's my
Indeed.
guy. All right. We got this caller right here from the 936. Last but not least, you're live on the nation. Talk to me.
Hey man, what's going on, Law?
Nah, nothing to it, man. Holler at me.
Ah man, I'm calling from East Texas, man. I was just trying to see like how confident are you in this new offense that we have this year?
As far as from what we used to do last year, I look at this offense as a more of a bouncy offense, a springy, uh, as it relates to bringing in excitement levels of speed, tempo, finding soft areas in the zone where these guys can work with, far as the skill sets they got. Meaning that when we see Cavante Turpin get hit on a slant, is an emotion for him to continue to go, right? It's no stop routes. It's no
Right,
comeback
right.
routes. There's no options from there. So I do like that aspect. But to be fair, I still got to see what we look like against others, right? Like the Jacksonville
Right, right.
Jaguars game. So that's what I got really circled on the calendar. We can use each other up all day because they've been seeing each other. They know the tendencies. But I want to see if this
For sure.
is tangible against other teams. But so far, I like
Exactly.
it.
That's the only thing I'm waiting on myself, man. Like I'm loving the addition of like, speedy guys. I'm loving us getting cooks. I'm loving seeing Cavante Turpin get some reps in on offense. And for sure my guy Deuce Vaughn, man, I was just talking to one of the news reporters a while ago that's out there watching some stuff out there in Oxnard, the practices and stuff. And I commented on there a while ago, and one of the fans was talking about giving Deuce Vaughn a nickname, and somebody was like Mighty Mouse, and I was like, Mighty Mouse is cool, but I want to call him Scrappy Deuce.
Yeah,
Scrappy Deuce,
he's
what we want
more
to call him.
scrappy. He's not like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
if people the nickname got to match, right? Like
it does, man.
Mighty
And
Mouse will be more
Scrappy Deuce,
reserved to a Turpin, because he's small and. But I'm looking at somebody like Little Scrappy, yeah, out of Deuce Vaughn, yeah.
oh yeah, man. Like I say, man, I try to call in every once in a while and holler at you, man. But I'm gonna let you get to it, man. Like I say, it's DC for live, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, and thank you for being part of the nation, man. Good call from the 936, man. Good call all together, man. Everybody, man. Even the guy from Denver, man, talking about, hey, you gonna be the next greatest white wide receiver out there, man. We need these type of things in this community, you know.
Goodbye.
But regardless of whether you're orange, red, white, blue, strawberry, whatever color you may be, if you want it bad enough, you'll go out there and fight for it and work day and night for it and give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. And you just got to continue to put your heart, soul, and sinew into these type of things, and everything will work its way out. Cowboy Nation, I promise y'all, I ain't out here to lie to kick it to you. So, regardless of how you look at it, you just got to put your best foot forward, right? And try to do your best and never allow limitations and someone else's expectations of you become the truth, right? Unless it's good things, right? And if it's something that you do not believe in, don't digest it, right? Shout out to you, Rev, man. He says, keep doing your thing, Law. Ready to see a great season. I really appreciate you so much for that. Cowboy Nation, look, we're going to get on up out of here. Be sure, be sure to understand that we talking about practice, not a game, practice. And these boys should start from here to there, right? I don't want you to start off here and stay there, right? I want you to elevate your game. I definitely don't want you to go here to there, So regardless of what it is, I want you to elevate and climb and get better than what you were. Hey, I tell people all the time, with success is continuity, right? But it's more so of consistency, determination, and you got to have that mindset to do it. You can't just be sitting here still and say I want to be successful. You got to get out there and make things happen. And it's happening right now in practice. Shout out to y'all, man. Slur, appreciate you. Stephen White, appreciate you. Nate's, man, appreciate you. Thank you for what you do for the community. I saw you said what type of updates we have, and so far everything else been pretty good in practice and training camp. Be sure, no practice tomorrow, but there will be plenty of film, tape, and all of that to go around. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to John Machota. Shout out to Boss Cowboy Sports. Shout out to Voch Lombardi, Sky Walker, Big Game James, Jay Tuck. Who else been here? Shango, my guy. We've been doing this thing. Shout out to BLS. They've been out here. Craven Cowboys. She's out here. We've been having not just a good time, but a great time. Shout out to Kyle Yeoman. Talked to him the other day. Shout out to those boys, Zach Wilchuck, all of those boys, man. Who else? I'm leaving out somebody. Clarence Hill, appreciate him. He shout out to New Media. Shout out to you, Stephen White. Appreciate you. Brian Bradford. Shout out to him and everybody, man. Shout out to Jerry Jones. But come on, Jerry. Yes, indeed, man. He taking money from them people, man. He taking that money from them people, man. The VIP area, man. Shout out to Inside the Huddle, my guy Javi Martinez, man. Appreciate him. And no shout out to Zach Martin. Man, shout out to Zach Martin, man. Because I get it. Zach Martin literally, he looked to his right and said, hey, that guy's about to get paid, man. He looked to his left and said, hey, that guy about to get paid, man. What's going on with me? What's going on with me? Why y'all ain't gonna pay me? Because if I'm start doing the math, where's my money at? So that's just what's going on right there. And he's looking at it like this big payday should belong to me first. I get to eat first. But that's just how it goes, unfortunately. Cowboy Nation. We gonna get on up out of here. Let me just find some outro music. I don't have any. But we gonna because I heard when I was listening to it, it wasn't sounding good. It wasn't sounding good through the replay. Something wrong with the switchboard. But this will work. DC for life, not for short. Let's go. Just think of an 88 Cutlass riding down the 101. Yeah. With a good motor, a good energy, right? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you, William Bailey. Call back tomorrow, man, or something like that. Appreciate you. Conley Jones, man, appreciate you for the 200.